Hi there. Once again, we're talking with Jackie from Fitnessology. And Jackie, everybody has a beginning, okay? Everybody has an end. Look at you now, the way you look, fantastic. But we go back a little bit in the beginning, you weren't in such good shape, and you readily admit that changes had to be made years ago, right?
Good thing, good thing. Yeah, years ago I was 50 pounds fat. I was a smoker. And I was very sedentary, so I was a stay-at-home mom, and that's not a bad thing.
Right.
I just didn't do anything very physical, and I think that, I think all of us have some certain needs we aren't meeting, so food becomes a crutch, an emotional outlet, and all of a sudden you're sitting on more than you need, filling out those pants in a much greater capacity than you'd like.
And it's easy to always come up with reasons why not to exercise.
Well, if you have kids at home, right, you're busy, and taking the time seems overwhelming. So, I decided one day that I had enough of it, and got into exercise, and probably into an over-exercising pattern. And so I went from being overweight to almost anorexic. So, there's the goods and bads of all of it. So
What's important to find the happy medium in that,
and that's tough in our lifestyle in our days, because exercise, which is a great stress reliever, is used for that purpose, and it not always should be, because exercise also uses your body, uses calories, and if you don't know how to manage it, it's not a positive thing.
Well, and that's one of the great things about Fitnessology is you learn how to manage, and you sit down with one of the professionals of Fitnessology, and they'll actually go through your diet, because so much of losing weight and being healthy is diet, right?
80%.
A lot of people don't know, what to do.
Exactly. Either we eat too many calories, we don't eat enough, we don't eat frequently through the day, and our bodies have a survival mechanism, and if we don't understand individually what our needs are, we're not going to be as successful as we can be.
Happened to me last week. I was talking with Elizabeth, and we're talking about losing weight, you know, and I think most people think that the way to lose weight is cut calories, do whatever you can not to eat so much. And I sit down with Elizabeth, and she says,
Correct.
You need calories to burn weight. It's almost kind of the opposite of what people think.
Well, it is. I remember when I got really skinny, and I call it skinny because just because you're lean, you're thin, does not mean you have a good body composition. So we need muscle in our bodies, because muscle metabolizes our calories, okay? So if I was going out to eat at night, I thought, well, the best thing I could do was not eat all day, so I could eat whatever I wanted to at night, and that, in fact, was counterproductive to my goal of being healthy and keeping a good body weight. So Elizabeth is very right in the fact that you need to eat frequently, and you need to know the right amount of calories for your goals. I always mention you don't get in a car without gas, and you don't write a check without money in the checkbook. Same thing with your body.
And you know what? As you get going and get more physically active, things can happen. Sometimes injuries can occur. And I know a lot of people watching have had back injuries and back issues. You've had your own to deal with through the years.
It was a major life event. It changed my life in many ways. I was working on becoming a competitive bodybuilder, had never been in a gym. All the exercising I did either through instruction, teaching people, or at home with myself. And one day, the dreaded day, the day after Thanksgiving, I was on a hamstring curl machine in a facility with a professional, and I bulged my L5 disc.
And it was a situation where maybe you were a little tired, and you pushed yourself a little bit harder than maybe you should have. One of those type of
Exactly.
issues, right?
There's those moments in time when you should say, I don't need to exercise today. And since you heard my pattern of either being overweight or underweight, exercise was something I had to have, and I didn't know enough about my body nor the mental attitude that I needed to say, today's okay, take it off. So consequently.
And that's, when you walk into Fitnessology, that's another question 9 times out of 10 you're going to get. How are you feeling today? They want to know how your day's going before they take you to another phase, correct?
That is so important. If I had the opportunity to have been asked, and if the professional would have said, I heard your day, you've been up early, you're tired, let's put this off, I would not have bulged my disc. However, I wouldn't be talking to you here today, because that experience brought me to the opportunity to create a business where people are taken care of, where they're listened to, and the prevention of injury, which is extremely important to all of us. I, fortunately, did not go through surgery. It was a hell. It was months, and the pain was excruciating. But it taught me that people have the opportunity to work with individuals who are very knowledgeable in their field to prevent the future injuries that we're set up to have.
Yep, I've been through the same thing. I've had a couple of back issues. When we first met, I was having the L5 issue myself and ended up having to have surgery. because it wasn't fixable. But then the rehab process that I went through at Fitnessology got me back to where I needed to be.
Yeah.
Ended up down the road doing something not very smart again.
No.
Shocking, I know.
It's amazing.
I know, it doesn't happen often, but it wasn't very smart.
Join the group.
Yes, but it was an everyday thing that everybody does.
Yeah.
They fill their grass can full of grass. It is very heavy, and you load it. You don't do the proper,
What would the proper thing have been at that point,
I
Murph?
should have used my legs. I should have, instead
Core.
of core.
Great.
What I end up doing is bending over, not using core, and
using
boom,
your back.
there you go again. Now, fortunately, I was able to rehab that injury again through Fitnessology without surgery.
Fantastic.
And now today, good as new.
Absolutely. And it's something we have to keep in check with. I was just on a trip in Mexico and my core wasn't used in an exercise I was doing, and I felt some pain. Got to start from square one again. It's so hard to stay in tune with it, but it's something that you have to work on all the time to engage those core muscles and to keep that back strong. It's not something you get and keep. It's something you have to keep working at.
In a nutshell, for the folks who are watching right now and they want to find out a little bit more about Fitnessology, in a nutshell, describe to them their experience and what they can look forward to.
Well, I feel it's an amazing experience because it gives you the opportunity to come into a very protected environment, to feel that the people there are there for your benefit, to help you develop a plan of wellness, not just exercise, but wellness based on the rehabilitation needed, the nutrition, the supplementation, and the ability for your professionals to take the time for 1 full hour to listen to your needs and goals and help you acquire whatever your goal is.
All right, very good. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time at Fitnessology.